Hi everybody, welcome to the Baguette Investor channel for a new sector video. Today we're going to talk about cryptocurrencies and the state of the crypto markets. This is not a weekly update. This is a sector video where I'm going to go into the detail of how I view the cryptocurrency markets. I'm going to give you how I see where we are in the cycle, how are my profits doing, what cryptocurrencies I own, which one I'm looking forward to buy, and which one are on my on the spotlight. So just to start to give you an idea of how my performance in crypto is going, I had a very good start. This is when I started this channel. I started applying my trading strategy at full time, 100% back in February 2021. So you can see it gave me very amazing profits. I made my account go all the way to 30,000, starting with 15,000. And after that, I did not manage well my exit of the market. So I took a huge drawdown. I lost half of what I was making, half of my P&L. And then you can see that my portfolio has been stable since the end of the first bull market. We have had a second bull market that was a localized trend that was only on layer 1 in NFTs. You know that Solana, Avax, and many of other cryptocurrencies that are in the same sector pumped, but others did not, and I failed my entries on these. So as I failed the entry on the 4-hour setup, I could not find another way to get in, so my profits stayed at the same level they were before. When you look at the market, it's going to be different. So now I'm really downperforming the market, but I think that in the near future, I'll be able to outperform it very well by this selection of the right opportunities. So this is how my profits have been made in crypto. This is how my portfolio looks like. And now we're going to look at how where we are in the cycle on the global scale. So my view on crypto as a trend follower is I'm trying to be in the market when it's trending and be out of the market when it's ranging. This is what I like as a trend follower because I don't like the discomfort to be in a range. So the range in this graph are very easy to see, and you can see that when we break away from big bases, what we call a base is a big range of a bottom of a top market. When we break from this range, it usually leads to very bullish trends. You can see that there was one from 16 to 17, all the way back to December 17, when the Bitcoin reached 20,000. And there has been a second. Now we're in a second bull market, as you can see on this chart, when the trend is still remaining bullish. So we broke up from this huge base, and now we're still in a bullish trend. And this right there was a consolidation range in a bullish trend, which for me is very attractive. It's one of the best setup you can get. Is a very strong trend, a consolidation that allows you to enter, to position yourself again on the trend. If you got the trend right there and you're still in the market, it allows you to enter more, to put more dollars into the market. And if you got out like me somewhere around there, it allows you to get back into the market, and you have not been all the way here. Because this is not where you make your money. This right there is not where you make the most money. The most of your money, you're going to make it in the trends that look like this. And I'm really looking forward to a new bullish cycle. You can see we are breaking above this resistance. I do it very easy. I do it with horizontal levels and simple patterns like cup and handle, double bottom and all. You can see that this is a clear cup and handle, very textbook cup and handle. This is the total market cap. So this is telling us that it's very bullish. We had 1, 2, and we're going to have maybe 3 candles closing above the previous resistance that has now become support. I put this little green arrow that tells this has now become a support, and it looks like a very beautiful configuration. If you zoom in on the daily, you can see that this area is being tested multiple times and that we are ranging. So this is a moment of fight between buyers and sellers, and they're fighting very hard to decide in which way we're going to get. Either we reintegrate the range, and this is a failed breakout, and this is very bearish, and I get very sad, or we confirm the uptrend, we make a new high, and now the probability that we get into a new bullish cycle is almost 100%. So now I'm not going hard on my positions. I'm building my positions slowly and slowly, but as we will confirm, you will see that it is the most important signal that I'm looking at. So this is very bullish. The total market cap is very bullish. How is Bitcoin doing on a very detailed scale? Bitcoin is also very, very bullish at the moment. The weekly candle has not closed, but you can see we have the same kind of pattern. We have this big base that was broken back in November 20, and this base was going all the way from January 18. So this is a very, very, very long consolidation that allows for a very nice trend to develop afterwards, because you need very long consolidations to get very strong trends afterwards. And now we're back in the bullish trend, and you can see we have the same thing as the total 2. We have a consolidation right there. This is a consolidation in an uptrend. Of course, there is a lot of volatility. It's not the most beautiful consolidation. It's a little bit choppy. It's why people are more interested into altcoins rather than Bitcoin. I will get into that later. But this looks like textbook bullish figure. You have this what we call a pivot point, which is a very important level to act. You see that it acted as a resistance back when Bitcoin topped for the first time at 60,000, and now maybe it's going to act as a support. And if this level acts as a support level, this is going to be very bullish for Bitcoin. And if we establish this as a support line, I will be bullish again on Bitcoin. The question if I will either own Bitcoin or altcoin is going to be told by another indicator. But right now, Bitcoin is looking very bearish. I use Bitcoin because it's the main indicator of the crypto. It's the one who drives the crypto market cap. If Bitcoin drops, usually all the other crypto drops. You can see that we had a failed breakdown yesterday that took me out of some positions, but this is the daily. Here we're looking at the bigger scale, and we're looking at the long term over the next month and the next year. So this is very bullish for Bitcoin. I don't see why you would be bearish on Bitcoin as long as it's not closed back into this range. As long as it stays above, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin, and I say Bitcoin is likely to move up in the next month. This is how simple I get my TA. So now that you've seen Bitcoin and the total market cap that are both bullish, you're going to tell yourself, well, like I want to enter back on the market. And that's what I'm telling myself. I entered back on the market after I saw these signals. And the more these signals confirm, the more I'm entering back on the market. I'm doing it steadily, doing it low risk, so I can sleep at night. I can hold the positions long. I want my positions to be held as long as the trend remains bullish. If the first trend following trade I did on Bitcoin, I remember buying it here. You can go and watch the previous videos as a proof of what I did, because I'm showing all of my trades 100% on this channel. I'm showing also my gains and my losses, because this is how you move forward. Anyway, I bought it here and got away right there. So I followed the trend on a perfect level. If you trade the weekly, this is the perfect way to follow the trend. So I will play the new crypto trend that I think is going to make us go quite at a high level. So you can see you actually want to be long all the way during this trend right there. And as a trend follower, if I enter on this right there, I want to be long as the trend keeps moving up. I won't panic and get out when I see, for example, a correction like this. This will always happen during trends. So if you see a correction like this after a big trend, this is usually not a moment to get out. It's a moment to wait for the pattern to play. And if the pattern shows support and moves back up, this is the moment to add to your position. So what I'm aiming at is really the long trend and to follow the whole trend. This is what I'm working as a trend follower. So right now, this is the beginning of a new trend. So I'm looking at other cryptocurrencies. We have another indicator that is very interesting is the total 2. So this is the crypto market cap without Bitcoin. This is Ethereum and other altcoins. What does that tell us? That tells us the state of the market, with Ethereum being the main driver of this index, if you want to call it. So what you can see here, you can see that this indicator is slightly below its resistance line. It's not broken very strongly like the previous indicator that was the total cryptocurrency market cap. So that indicates that altcoins are actually a little bit behind Bitcoin. They're not all looking the best, and you need to maybe prefer buying Bitcoin rather than altcoin. We're going to get to that later, but this is what the first clue that it's telling us. It's telling us that altcoins are lagging behind Bitcoin very interesting thing to see. You can see that the pattern is also very beautiful. And another thing that I want to share is that last time we made a consolidation above a breakout of base, like right there in 14, 15, 16, we had a big base. We broke out of this base, made a consolidation, and then it gave us the magnificent ICO bubble back in 17, 18. So are we going to see this again? I don't know. But the bigger the base, the bigger the trend usually. And you can see that this base is absolutely huge. So we might assist to one of the strongest and one of the best altcoin bull markets. At least I'm playing it. I'm positioning myself to follow the trend as long as it keeps going. And I will stay in the market until it remains bullish on the graph. So you will be able to follow me on the future weekly videos. You can follow the channel. Another indicator that you can see is the total 3. So this is the total market cap without Bitcoin and without Ethereum. So you have only the most important altcoins without the two main factors of the crypto market cap, which are Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can see that this chart looks also absolutely gorgeous, that we had our big base that was broken and then we broke to all-time high, and now we are making a consolidation above an all-time high figure, which is absolutely one of the best configuration. There is nothing to add. You can see that on total 3, which is without Bitcoin and Ethereum, we are not even above the resistance line, which means that it's altcoins apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum. You have Bitcoin leading, Ethereum leading after Bitcoin, and altcoins are actually behind. And this usually happens this way in crypto cycles. You have the Bitcoin making the first trend, then Ethereum follows, which is the big capitalization. Then you have the lower big caps, then you have the mid caps, and you have the small caps. This is usually follows this pattern. So, and we can see that by looking at the total 3. My indication if either I should buy Bitcoin or I should buy altcoins is this indicator. This is the reversed Bitcoin dominance. It's a very simple ratio between the total 2, which is the altcoin market cap, and Bitcoin, which is the Bitcoin market cap. I divide the altcoin market cap by the Bitcoin market cap that gives me a ratio telling me whether Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins or whether altcoin is outperforming. So when this ratio is going down, it means Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins, and when this ratio is going up, it means that you'd rather be in altcoins rather than Bitcoin. You remember the very nice alt season that we had right there? That was the Ethereum bullish market, followed by many other cryptos. You can see right there that we are in a range right now in this ratio. So I'm waiting for a clear breakdown or breakout. If we break down like this, it means that with Bitcoin will lead the way for the next month and next weeks. And if we break above, altcoins are gonna lead the way. While we're in this range, I'm positioning myself with calm and patience on different assets, and I will add and reload and decrease my positions in the ones that are performing the best and the ones that are performing the less. So this is my indication of whether I should be heavy into altcoin or heavy into Bitcoin. I do it like that. You can do it in a different way. Everybody has different ideas. I'm just telling you about my idea. If this ratio becomes bearish and Bitcoin will be the main player in the crypto space, I will add more to my Bitcoin position. On the other hand, if this ratio starts to go up and breaks to new highs, I will add more to my Ethereum and altcoin positions. This is simple, looking at graphs and acting according to what you see is happening in the markets. So right now, what are my positions in altcoins? The first lines here are very useless and small capitalization, things that I forgot to sell back in the days. But the really important thing is what's happening right now. So I'm really focusing on the market leaders. The market leaders are the assets of any asset class that perform the best. According to momentum theory, you buy the assets that perform the best to get the most performance in the future. This is why people keep buying big tech in USA markets, and this is why people usually like to buy big altcoins or big cryptos like Bitcoin, because it's a safer investment and a more or less volatile, more performance over time than a small cap shitcoin that will pump very fast but drop very fast too. So I'm looking at, for example, Lusco, which is making new all-time highs, which is all the time a very bullish signal. I took a position right there, a very small position that was a very ballsy position. During back, I was trying to ride the new wave, and it's not closed below the level that I'm looking at. So I'm still in this trade, and I will keep riding the trend as long as it keeps moving up. Another one that I'm very heavy loaded in, I have a 2,500 euros position in this one. This is MTV. I saw this huge double bottom right there, and I entered back in, when was that? It was in August 21. Sold 50% of my position right there to secure, because at that time the market was not that sure. It made a huge consolidation. I added again on this position right there to reload, because I see the market gaining strength. You can see that now we are piercing over the new all-time high, plus breaking out of this range with big volume. You can see the volume down here. And now we're trying to make support. So if this support stays, I might be able to add even more to the position, because if we do a consolidation like that, I'll be able to add more in the case of a breakup. So this is a very good position. It's giving me very nice profits. I'm very happy to be in this one. And it's one of the market leaders on KuCoin. This is one of the best performing coins. Another one, literally is one USDT, a very, very beautiful pattern. You can see we have this big base that we find on most coins. Another big consolidation above the big base, which is one of my favorite patterns. And now we broke out, was last week, I believe, of the new to a new all-time high. I built a position quite here. I bought 2 times. I bought first one with the A limit buy on the first retest, and bought a second time when the bullish trend was confirmed right there, to have an average price of 0.2023. Sorry for my English. And you can see it's starting a nice bullish trend, and that I will follow as the trend goes. I'm not in a rush. It can correct a little bit, and as correction happen, this is a case for me to buy more and add to the trend following. Another position that I have is near USDT. You see this pattern on many altcoins. You have the uptrend, the correction, the back to the previous high, and it makes a new all-time high. Correction proves the support right there. And now what I want to see is I want this area to remain support. If altcoins break back into their support and back to their range, this is the party's cancelled, and I'm getting out of the markets, because this is a very, very high risk probability of things moving down. Whereas if we keep making new highs in the next weeks and months, this is the proof that we are back in a new bull market. And you can see that right now this trade is performing quite nice. We're making a new all-time high. Very nice trend. You can see we have the same pattern right there. We are confirming a support line. This is an opportunity maybe in the future to add for more if we consolidate. I'm repeating myself, but very interesting opportunity. Other opportunities that are not performing as good as the others, but are very, very good looking. This is Solana. Of course, you know Solana if you're in cryptocurrencies. Very nice pattern. You can see that we have this first bullish wave that got us to a new all-time high again, and now we consolidate, and we're trying to get another all-time high after the previous all-time high. I entered a little bit early. I played this double bottom right there that I wanted it to get very smooth and to pierce to the all-time high. It did not happen. We got rejected here, which got me a little sad. My stop loss is here, so it did not get triggered. I'm still in the position. I'm hoping for a new all-time high, and I'll be able to add more to my position if we break to new all-time high, because the more the consolidation happens, the more I can reload on my trend following. So this position is not the best looking, because we're still in a range, and if we keep ranging, I might get out and wait for a new trigger to come in. This is how I trade. Everybody has different views. KuCoin token. This is a weekly opportunity. You can see on the weekly we have a nice uptrend consolidation, and now we broke above the consolidation right there. Last week I entered last week at the close. Did not wait for the retest. Did well not waiting for it. There was an entry possible, and now I'm waiting for the breakout of the new all-time high, because you can see that the all-time high dates back to December 17. During the main Bitcoin bubble that many of you, I think, have got to know Bitcoin. I'm waiting for the breakout of this area. so $22, and when the price reaches 22, I'll load more to Coin token, because I think this is the kind of shit that happens when the price skyrockets and you always underestimate how high the price gets. Another position that I will soon cancel. What does cancel mean? It means that I'm going to set my stop loss at my entry price, so I no longer risk losing on the trade. The positive thing is that I no longer risk money on the trade, but the negative side is that if it reaches back the entry price, I get taken out of the trade. This is the price I'm willing to pay to secure my trades. You can see perfect textbook cup handle, looking nice, new all-time highs. That's great, huge volume, amazing. So now that we've seen the positions that I'm in, which was a little long, I hope you think it's interesting and you are learning things right now. I was taken out of some positions, like Dogecoin. I was playing this pattern right there in the bigger patterns. I got taken out by the volatility, and after that it spiked up again. This is volatility incident that happened. EGLD, a very interesting pattern on EGLD. I got taken out by a 4-hour trade. I was trying to play the break of the new all-time high. Did not happen, but I'm still keeping my eyes on EGLD, because if we close above, what's that level? If we close above the $300, I will buy again EGLD, because it's one of the best looking charts out there. So it's not because you get taken out of a trade that you need to take your eyes out of something. Ethereum, I was taking a trade on a 4-hour chart, playing this double bottom on the 4-hour chart. Did not happen. It went back to retest the previous weekly support that you see right there. Ethereum is looking very good. So I might add on Ethereum to a weekly trade with a stop loss at this level. In the case of a breakdown into new lows, I will be taken out of the trade. But right now, Ethereum is also one of the best looking chart and one of the true market leaders of the crypto space. So I'm looking at entering again. The very interesting opportunities I'm seeing right now that I'm waiting to enter. This is a theoretical trade. I have not bought HNT yet. It's beautiful. There's nothing to add. We have this pivot point that got cleared out, now becoming a support. And right now, as long as it remains support and breaks to new highs, I want to buy this. You can see there is volume coming right there. The volume is here. So yeah, this is a very important opportunity according to me. I've been looking at this for quite a while. I made an amazing trade back in the days from there to here. There's the video on the channel about that. Very interesting. I'm looking at Matic. Amazing weekly opportunity. It's a little too late to enter. I'm a little sad. I would have liked to enter back there on the 173 area, but I think there might be a retest soon, so I will set a limit order because the configuration is just so beautiful. Big base and uptrend consolidation. The same story repeats all over, but it's my favorite kind of pattern. I have the same pattern on Rune USDT and on GT USDT Gate Chain. Amazing looking trade. You can see that there's a big base, a breakout uptrend, and after that a double bottom configuration that I'm looking forward to see in an uptrend. So if you want to see more of these opportunities, I have a list of cryptos that I'm looking at. You can see that the list is quite green at the time. I have opportunities on the weekly. I have opportunities on the daily. I have opportunities that have triggered their buy signal, opportunities that have not yet triggered their buy signal. So if you have the same strategy as me and you're a breakout trend following trader, you might be interested in checking this list. The link will be in the description. It's a shared list with TradingView. You just have to click on it, and usually you should be taken to your TradingView account and be able to see the list. That was my view on the crypto markets. I hope you think it's very interesting. I hope you learned something. I'm documenting my trades and my investing in the financial markets every single week on this channel. So if you want to see me talk about what I do every single week and multiple times a week sometimes, because I like to do informative videos like this, leave a like, subscribe, and see you in the next videos. Have a nice trading week. Nice uptrend for you. Manage well your money. Keep the risk low. Goodbye.